Welcome to Loving Beyond the I Do podcast. This power couple is building stronger marriages one day at a time. Talking about real issues on love, relationships, and marriage longevity. Let's break down the barriers and engage in healthy conversation with your hosts, Jason and Tina Marie. Take a seat and buckle up because things are about to get real.
Hey, welcome to the show.
Welcome back to Loving Beyond the I Do with Jason and Tina Marie. That's me.
That was supposed to be my part with Jason and Tina Marie.
That's me. Again.
Well, welcome
right.
back in the studio, guys. I know we've been gone for a minute. We've been doing a lot of things, and you've been on our mind, but we have been busy. And one of the things that we've been busy with was
Preparing for life.
Preparing for life.
So
right.
as you can see, we are now sporting, as they would say, our Manifest a Joy-Filled Relationship.
T-shirts.
So if you are one of our subscribers or followers, you would know that we have been talking about our book for quite some time. And although we've had some ebooks, this was our baby. This was our very first written and published self-published book, and it is Manifest a Joy-Filled Relationship using universal laws to create the relationship you desire. So it is now out. It dropped August the 20th, 2024.
Yes.
And so what else do you want to say about it, Jason? I know I've been doing a lot of talking, so I'm going to let you talk.
Well, it's our baby, and our baby has been birthed, and it was a fun process. We really enjoyed it. We're so happy that it's out, and we know that it's going to change some lives. I mean, you're going to look at relationships a lot differently. It's not your typical relationship book. It is a practical guide. It is a guide to use and use. These are some of the things that we use to help us in our marriage. So
and we continue to use.
And we
that
continue.
we forget to use and then go back and use again.
Exactly. It's a practical guide. It's not something you read once and you go, oh, I got it. I understand. It's something that you're going to have to continually work with to make your relationship better. Actually, make you better.
So we started our journey probably sometime last year. I'm not sure what month because one month turns into the other. But it did take a while. We started one book, and that wasn't the book that we decided to publish. So we shift directions, and this one was the one that God wanted to birth through us first. We don't know why, but this is the book that came out. This
is the book that we were supposed to publish.
Exactly.
And this is the book that we did publish.
So we've been spending a lot of time talking about it, and the journey was great. We started out with writing it. It is 12 chapters.
Yes.
It is 304 pages, which we have stories, we have tools, we have exercises, we have
meditation.
Know-how. So we have a lot. We have put a lot into this book to help you to understand what it takes to manifest a joy-filled relationship. And like anything, knowledge, right? So if you want a higher position or you want to excel in school, you continually gain the information that you need to excel in things, right? You cannot go out one day and say, I want to be a lawyer and just go take the bar and become a lawyer. It takes you to obtain some type of knowledge and skills. And that's the same thing we have to realize in relationships. Communication is a skill. Learning how to listen is a skill. Learning how to talk without raising your voice is a skill.
Oh, that is a skill. That's a skill. We're still working on that skill.
Learning how to navigate you and your partner just as you are. It's a skill. And the more we are in tune with how to navigate relationships, the better our relationships are going to be. What? You okay?
Yep, I'm just fine. Yep, life is good.
Okay. So your face was looking one way.
I know. But they can't hear me out there in podcast land. They can't see me in podcast land. So, yep. I had a funny look on my face, but I just had a thought. That's all. It was just a thought that came.
All right, so you got to keep the thing. Let's go. So I was talking about the book and the skills that we need, and we understand that.
It's interesting. Someone said, this is the book that I didn't know that I needed.
I didn't know that I needed.
Right.
Okay.
Until they read it, and it says, man, I did need this. because we think we have it all figured out. And I'm not saying that everything in the book is about having things all figured out. That's not it. It's just a way of looking at things differently.
Awareness. It's awareness in anything. We can't do better if we don't know that there is better, right? Or the biggest thing in our lives is awareness. When we become aware of the things that we need to do differently, the things we need to change, the things we need to elevate. So it's awareness. And so, as Jason said, it's not saying this is the golden key to
the
everything.
Holy Grail to relationship.
It could be, but
it's on its way though.
Yes. So, but it is a book that's designed to help you flourish in your relationship, and that was our goal and our intention. And I really believe we succeeded in it, and we have gotten rave reviews. And so I'm doing. I got a lot of things in my mind I'm talking about.
I know, I do too.
There.
I do.
Wanna,
no. But I do want to say this, and I don't want to go over this, too fast. We launched on August 20th, and within a week, we became Amazon's bestsellers. That was awesome. That was humbling. That was wonderful. And we didn't promote it much because we were selling it off our website.
We didn't promote it on Amazon.
We didn't promote it on Amazon, but we promoted it on our website.
Yes.
ManifestAJoyfilledRelationship.com. That's where you can get the book.
That's where you can get the book. So
Manifest a Joy-Filled relationship.com, or you can go to legendaryrelationship.com/manifest. Either way, you can get the book from either one of those.
We were also number one in both categories that our book fell in. We were number one.
Yeah.
So that was an amazing task as well.
We were on the hot new release too. That was amazing. I think we were number 13 or so on the hot new release.
No. We were number one on the hot new release.
Oh, we were number one on the hot new release. My apologies.
Yes.
So we were number one on the hot new release. So it was very humbling. It was very rewarding. And I was like, who bought the book? We didn't even tell people that we were really promoting it on Amazon. Everything was off our website. But I thank you, or we thank you for going out to purchase the book and finding it very rewarding. So if you guys want to get a copy, and I know you do, go to manifestajoyfilledrelationship.com and get your copy.
So we're going to talk a little bit about the backstory. So, like I said, it's 12 chapters, and it took us quite a few months to
get
into the rhythm of it, right?
I have a question for you. So
you have a question for me?
I do.
I'm talking.
I
you
know
got a question for me in the middle of talking.
Right. So we have 12 chapters. Right. How many chapters were left on the cutting room floor?
That's what I was just getting ready to say.
See,
everything is right. That's exactly what I was getting ready to say. There's so much to relationships. There's no way you could capture everything that needs to be said in one book. And that's probably why people have several books when they do anything.
Right.
Because nothing can be all-encompassing in one sitting. So we still have another 12 to 24 more chapters to go because there's so many things that relationships go through, can deal with, be a part of. So we want to make sure that you guys know kind of the backstory. So we did start, the book started off 100 pages and it ended up 300 pages.
Yeah, we just went over just a smidgen. I mean, not much.
But that's because, again, we wanted to put some good stuff in there.
It had to mean something. It wasn't just words on a piece of paper. In a book, it had to mean something. We wanted you all to be able to get something out of it. We wanted you guys to have a meaningful relationship and actually make a transformation, right? We just didn't want to just give you, okay, well, you need to do this, you need to do that. We really worked on it, and we really want you guys to come out and get something out of the reading.
So some of the backstory was besides writing it and then editing it and then reading it and then editing it and then editing it again
and again
and then
and again
cutting
and again and again
and then editing and then putting stuff in and taking stuff out and this needs to be in there, no, this needs to be out. And then after a while, if anyone has ever written a book, you know that it's back and forth and you really get tired of listening to and reading because after a while I would listen to it. I would have, the
Computer read to
Yeah, I would
you.
have the computer read to me to make sure that it made sense. And it may have made sense when you wrote it, and then you come back the next day and you go, what? What was I talking about? This doesn't even make sense.
Yep.
Then you start all over again. And so it was a long and a little tedious process.
It was long
was
but
worth
fast. It was long but fast. It went quick, but it was long.
That's what a lot of people say after it's over. So
Right.
so part of that was us getting everything together, making sure that we started our book launch. So once we knew, we started the pre-sales, and the pre-sales went amazing. And so those were our VIP. Those
were our VIP.
Right. So at our book launch, we had quite a few VIPs, and we don't have, I don't know why, but we don't have the list. Can you pull the list up on the Google Drive?
I don't know if I can.
So we don't have a list of our VIPs, but we would like to shout them out because they are the true VIPs, right?
Mm-hmm.
So those were the people who decided to purchase our book during pre-sales, and there was no book in their hand. It was just a promise, and they believed in us enough to say, you know what, I'm going to purchase your book, even though it's not in my hand.
It's not in your hand, and it wasn't finished. Actually, we were still writing it. All we had was the cover. That was complete.
We may have had a little bit more than that. But
okay.
Still in all,
introduction.
the pre-sales were amazing people. And if we don't shout them out tonight, we will shout them out because those are, like I said, those are the true VIPs. People who are willing to say, I believe in you enough. I'm encouraging you to keep going, to keep doing. And I know whatever the end product is going to be, I want to support you in whatever way I can. So we thank those people. We also had quite a bit of time, putting it all together. So there's a lot of things that goes on behind the scenes of a great event. You only see the event.
Yes.
And so it was months of preparation. I even had to call in,
reinforcements.
Some reinforcements for my sisters from a different state, which they came through. And
they really did. They came in and they supported us, and it was just a wonderful feeling. It was a wonderful time.
Yes. I called on family and friends. So, shout out to, so these are the people I can remember because the VIPs was a long list, but shout out to those who helped us. So to our coordinator, Tahiria.
Thanks, T. Miss T, thank you so much.
And so to some of the, I want to say volunteers, but they didn't volunteer. I think I kind of made them do it. So to our children, Jason the second, Jeremy and Janae, thank you very much. You can read it if you like. There you go. And shout out to our hostess at the front door, which was Lanice Lightning.
Yes. Thank you.
And I didn't say Tahiria's name, so Tahiria Brown.
Yeah, I think I said Brown. Well, I said Miss T.
Right.
Yep.
And so then there was my sister-in-law, Rita Lindsay, and then there were my sisters, Angela Dillon and Mia Miller. Mm-hmm. And then there was my daughter's friend, which is Dejan. And I'm not sure of his last name, but thank you for showing up and helping us.
Yes.
And let's see, my niece jumped in, Keisa Scott.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Big time.
Well, our niece.
Yeah.
And was there anyone else? Oh, did I say Crystal Crockett?
I don't think you did.
Okay, so
you gotta put Crystal.
So we pulled her into Crystal Crockett. So everyone who helped, we pretty much just asked them,
Did you get
hey,
Jeremy and all of those?
I did. I got our children first.
Okay.
So everyone who helped us, they really didn't have a choice in the matter.
They really didn't.
So we asked, and they said yes. And so we appreciate each and every one of you. We appreciate your commitment. We appreciate your time and all that you did. So we got amazing video footage. Our sons, Jason the second and Jeremy, were our videographers. They did an amazing job.
And camera.
Yes, our daughter, Janae, did the camera. Oh, Jason, no. Okay. So Jeremy did the video, and Jason the second, and our daughter Janae, they did the photography.
Yes.
So they did the pictures, which amazing, great
they
pictures.
They captured what I wanted when we were going into it. I was like, I want action photos. I want to be able to get the shots when I'm interacting with the people, because it was a special moment. It was special for me to just show that, because that's what we dreamed about when we were writing it. We were like, oh, when you're in the midst of writing, and sometimes it gets overwhelming and you just want to stop and you're not sure if this is you going in the right direction, and we're getting frustrated with each other and all of these different things that's happening. You still have life going on. Stuff still has to happen.
Absolutely.
Writing a book like this, sometimes you have to put some parts of your life on hold, and that becomes difficult. So we just wanted to just capture that moment, and just to make it special, not just for us, but for all the participants, and especially the ones that said yes early on.
And so what we have been doing is sharing those moments, and we have a lot more to share, sharing those moments on our social media feed. So if you do not subscribe or follow us, you can at Legendary Relationship, and you can see some of the footage, the video footage, some of the pictures that was captured there, some of the excitement and just the pure joy of the joy that day brought. So again, we have been sharing a lot of those videos. We have a lot more to share. We are trying to get them out as soon as possible. And then the other excitement that fed in is those people who couldn't make it. So we mailed them their books. And so they have been tagging us and sharing videos that they got their book, and just sending all kind of videos about it. And so we are just so thrilled and so excited, because, we hope that this book changes lives, changes the way we see relationships. And we know that this book is going to live long after us.
Yes.
So we just thank God for the ability to say yes, for it to come into fruition through us. So we were just the vehicle in which that brought it forth, but it was truly all God.
Right. It just manifests through us, but it wasn't just us. Right.
Right.
So let's get into some of these names that
So now we're going to shout out our VIP list.
Yeah, and it's a lot of, and we're so grateful for all of them. I'm going to shout out.
And if we miss anybody by any chance,
know that you're VIP in our book.
Yes.
Just know that.
Yes.
All right. So I'm going to shout out Glory Franklin. Thank you so much.
So I just want to say for Glory Franklin, shout out to Glory Franklin. She was the very first purchaser of the book.
We said we're going to sell our book.
So we are pre-sale,
it.
and I sent some texts out and some emails,
and she came back right away.
Immediately hit the link, and she bought the book. She was our first sale, and so definitely a shout out to Glory Franklin. Thank you so much for believing and trusting us.
Yes. All right. We have Gordon Alley. We have Bishop Angry. We have Clarence Archibald, and we have Dennis Archibald, which you guys probably know of her. Dennis has been on the podcast many times with those wonderful comments, and he's uplifting his life and making huge strides and changes, and we're just so happy to see that.
Yes, we definitely appreciate Dennis as he continues this journey with us. He's also on social media, and he recently sent us a social media message, and it was for everybody to see, so you can go out and see. And he just said that ever since he's tuned into our podcast, he's been on an upward and more positive journey in his life. He's made great strides, and he's turned his life around, and he just talked about it, how our podcast has really influenced him and changed his life. And so, kudos to Dennis. And I hope
for doing the work, for
tuning in and listening, and not only hearing, but listening and applying some of the things that we know can change and uplift and encourage your life in a different direction. So kudos to you, Dennis.
Yep. So we have Reverend Dr. Jacqueline Trish Atkins.
All right.
We have the Honorable David Atkins. We have Leoria Rush Beatty, Regina Blankley. Thank you so much, because Regina's always sharing all of our posts and everything else. She's our biggest fan. Every time I see her, she just makes me so happy.
That's our top badge
fan. She just makes me so happy every time.
So shout out to Regina also.
Yes, again, right?
Who supports us in everything.
Yes.
Everything. It doesn't matter what. She supports us in everything in any way, in every way she
yes,
can.
any way she can.
Yes.
So we have Vivian Carter. We have Angela Dillon, which we had mentioned before. Thank you. That's a special thanks. Just because you came in from another state, you jumped in, you really helped out. You really believed in the book and you thought it was good enough. You actually bought it for someone else that you did not know.
She's bought several copies.
Yes.
She's also encouraged a lot of her friends
Yes.
to purchase the book. So shout out to Angela, another real VIP also. She's on our VIP list, but she's also, and there's so many people, right? There's so many people, but she has been definitely promoting it and selling it with us. So thank you.
We have Veronica Douglas. We have Pam Frazier. We have Donna and Greg Guy. Thank you. We have Barbara Harris.
Okay.
Henry Hopkinson. We have Loretta Scott Jackson. We have Christopher Johnson. Michelle Rogers Johnson. We have Keith Jones. We have Rita Lindsay.
Who was also there. I called my sister-in-law, Rita Lindsay. She also purchased the book, and she also came and helped. And she worked, yes. And she did her job very well.
And she sure did. She was in charge of those VIP bags, and she took care of all of our VIPs.
Yes.
Even though she was a VIP herself.
Yes. Yes.
Then we had...
right here.
Was that it? Teresa...
yeah.
Okay. Teresa Lipsky. Thank you so much. We had Sharon Jones. Thank you so much. We had Reverend Fannie McCullough. Thank you so much. We had Celestine and Rodney McGee. Thank you so much. We had Mia Miller again, coming from out of town, jumping in, doing everything to make this a huge success. We greatly appreciate you. We have Geneva Moore. Thank you so much, Geneva. We have Bobby and Richard Moore. Thank you so much. We really appreciate you.
If we said your name incorrectly, just forgive us.
Yeah, just forgive us. Just know we love you. We have Kendra and Brian Morrison. Thank you so much. Kendra's always been there. We really appreciate you.
Yes.
And also we have Pamela Murphy. Thank you so much, Pamela. We have Tina and James Osborne. Thank you guys so much. We really appreciate that.
Yes.
Katrina and Joe Randall. We really appreciate you as well. Sandra Robinson,
Yes.
thank you. Sandra, you
Sandra's another one of our true blue.
Yes.
She's gotten our top fan badge several times. So
yes. She
shout
shares,
out
she
to
comes
Sandra,
on.
yes.
She's not afraid to ask the tough questions.
And she's not afraid to make the the controversial comments.
That's true. Yeah.
So shout out to Sandra. Thank you so much for always being there and tuning in. We appreciate your support.
All right. We have Lisa Saunders. Thank you so much. Yeah, the name's changed.
So Lisa Rogers Saunders.
Yes. Yeah.
So those of you who didn't know her before, that's who she is. All right.
Vernita
Rogers.
Yep. Leota Scott. Yvonne Sweeney. And Emmanuel Fitzpatrick.
All right. So those, and if, again, we missed, I don't know, but if we missed any of the VIPs, did you say everybody? Oh, no. So, yeah. Did you get this?
I didn't get that. Yep. Go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead. Carice and Xavier
Anderson.
There you go. That's it. Yep.
All right. Let's see. Did we get anybody else?
Everybody.
You got everybody?
Yeah.
Okay.
We have everybody.
You didn't say Milton.
Oh, okay.
Franklin.
So Glory and Milton Franklin. Yep.
Yeah. All right. So thank you to everyone. I don't know if there's any names that he missed
I got
on
everyone.
this list.
I made sure.
Okay.
Yeah. I went in on it. I wanted to
All
make
right.
sure.
So, all right. So thank you to all our VIPs who pre-ordered our book. There may have been another list or some other name. So again, if we accidentally missed you, it's not intentional.
No.
Blame it on Jason's organizational skills.
That's it. Blame it on me. I can take that. But I would just know that we're saying thank you now.
Yes. So we had our launch on August the 24th at the South Holland Community Center here in Illinois. And again, it was amazing.
It was standing room only.
Yes. It was so nice.
So we're trying to learn, well, not learn. concerned, well, we had to try to plan for a book launch, right?
Yes.
So we had to buy X amount of seats and occupant space, and
as people, we just don't RSVP like we should. So
Right.
it said, please RSVP. Some people did, and some
although
people
I
didn't.
enjoyed a surprise, thank you so much for popping in and surprising us. But it does not help with order when you show up and you have no seat, But I do appreciate that. I do
so
understand
we
that.
we got quite a few surprises. Not everyone RSVP, but those who did not, we welcomed them. It was such a pleasant surprise to see my old childhood friend
Yes.
Tasha. And so her name back then was Slayton, but I don't know what her new name is, her married name is. But thank you, Tasha. So there were a lot of surprises, a lot of old friends, neighbors. So we just thank everyone, and we don't want to start calling names because I know I always forget people.
No.
And so I do. One of the VIPs is actually Dr. Yvonne Sweeney, and she was my grammar school principal.
Wow.
Right?
Who
And
keeps
so
up with that grammar school principal?
It was amazing
Yes.
that she was a VIP and that she always supports me no matter what.
Yeah.
And so that has been a long life relationship that her and I have had since I think she said since in the 6th or 7th grade. So, as we build relationships, they really do matter.
Yes.
And so I just want to give her a thank you for being a VIP and purchasing the book and always supporting me in whatever endeavor. I remember when Jason and I first started, it took over the Married Couples Club. She was like, "Oh, I'm going to be in your club one day." And soon after, she was a part of the Married Couples Club. And so I just want to say thank you to her. And her name was Womack back then, Miss Womack. So her married name is Sweeney. But thank you, Dr. Yvonne. I truly appreciate all of just your essence to emulate, just to follow in your footsteps. And, back in whatever it was, in the 70s, there were not a lot of Black female principals. And so that was something that stood out. And just to see something different, to have someone of power in that position that you can just look to as a shero, right? Not even, and I'm sure she didn't do it for that, but not even realizing that the gap she was holding for other girls and women. Just her always positive demeanor and just full of life type of the person that she is. Just always so wonderful. So
she truly is. She truly is.
So shout out to everybody. And so going back into the book launch, launch day came and we could have never imagined that it would have been so fantastic. And we know that the days ahead are going to be even better. So,
because
I don't know,
we became bestsellers, afterwards. We didn't even realize that. But I'm so glad I found out. I found out by accident, but I'm glad that someone was interested enough to actually go out on Amazon and purchase it. So I am truly grateful for that.
And so with that, we just say continue to share it.
Yes.
Don't keep it to yourself. And it's not just for us. It's for other people. We're really trying to reach the relationship people who want a relationship, who are in relationship, who need help, and who want to get help. I know back when Jason and I, in our early part of our marriage, there were not as many resources then as it is now. And so when you're going through trials and tribulations, it's really hard to reach out to people because you don't know who to reach out to, and
you don't want to get the wrong information,
you're like, okay, we're having issues, but it's not maybe counseling, maybe not counseling, because counseling has a kind of a bad.
Well, it all depends. It may not be as you may not need counseling, but you do need some help.
Right. So and like I said, if you're back then, the stigma behind counseling was pretty bad.
Yeah.
So now there's a lot more open, a lot more resources, a lot more opportunities for relationships to thrive. And so we want to be a part of that. We want, like I said, I've heard several times that your story isn't your story. And so that comes from my Gold Rush sisters. And it says, we go through trials and tribulations to make us stronger, but also to share our stories with others, to let them know that they're not alone. So another purpose of our podcast was to bring people on to talk about these issues, to let you know that you're not the only one.
You're not the only one.
I know that also another stigma is that you keep your business to yourself, and you still
Especially
can.
marital
You still
stuff.
can. You don't have to spill the tea to get help, to get sugar and cream to go in it, or whatever you put in your tea, right? To get a honey stick. So the thing is that we can make our relationships better when we have the right tools. The tool makes all this difference. As we've said on our podcast, there's no way I would change a tire with a knife, right?
Right.
The right tool gets the job done. So that's our goal with our podcast. That's our goal with the book. That's just our goal.
That's our goal with coaching. That's our goal with everything that we do. That's our messaging that we put out on social media. It's about uplifting. It's about real resources. It's about help. It's about looking at things from a different mindset. It's all about uplifting. So we're going to change some lives. We have changed some lives.
We've changed our lives.
Well, we have changed ours. We were our best customer, right? So, I mean, we made a difference in our lives. So why should we share? I mean, why shouldn't we share it? And that's what we're doing right now. All right, we found something that worked. We did the trial and error. Now we're doing. We're giving you guys the cheat sheet, the quick tips now.
So again, it's like anything. It was like labor. It really was. The book was postponed several months because in your mind you think you know what it's going to take. It's sort of like being a parent with anything. Even going back to school, whatever, your career.
Yeah, we'll have it done by this time.
We have these preconceived ideas of what we think it entails, and then, you find out that it's a lot more moving parts than you thought.
Yeah.
And so the book was supposed to come out in April. It got postponed to,
June?
And then...
Later in June.
And then we said July 1st.
Then we said July 1st.
And then it didn't come out till August. And so and you may say, oh, wow, that was quick.
No.
But that was a lot of months of work, a lot of months of preparation.
Missing deadlines, going, what in the world?
Or not realizing that everything wasn't in our control.
True.
So you say, okay, I finish it and I pass it on to, you pass the baton to the next person, and then they have issues, whether it's the editor, whether it's Amazon, whether it's being approved by, certain formatting or whatever. So there are a lot of things that go on behind the scene that if you've never written a book, you don't know.
Yep.
And so we definitely want to give a huge shout out to Edward and Christina Sledgehouse Media.
Right. Okay. Sledgehouse Media.
Sledgehouse Media, because they were definitely a big, huge
part. They came through in the 13th hour.
They helped us with
They got us over that hump. They calmed our nerves. They
helped us with a lot of things that we didn't know.
Yep.
They gave us a lot of insight, and some people have the knowledge and they don't want to give it to you. So we appreciate all of the shared information, the continued shared information, all of the just so much wealth of knowledge that they helped us through.
Yeah.
So we want to definitely give a huge shout out to them, to Sledgehouse Media.
Yes.
You can also go follow them. They have numerous books. I think they're going to be starting a podcast soon, and they are involved in so many different aspects.
Short film. Well, they've been on the podcast, especially on Friday.
They've been a guest on our podcast. So we definitely want to send a shout out to them. And like I said, we don't want to forget anyone, because everyone played a part some way in helping us. We definitely did not do this by ourselves.
Nope.
So,
although we work well together, it wasn't just us.
It was not just us.
Nope.
We've had huge support from our church family, so Christ Universal Temple.
Thank you so much.
Who has continually encouraged, uplifted us, and supported us in purchasing the book. My Gold Rush Women's Conference sisters, they have supported us.
Yes, they have.
And it's just, the support has been just outstanding. Just outstanding.
Sure has.
So thank you. Is there? Shout out to our gym family.
Oh, our gym family showed up and showed out.
So we call it the club, and it is
it is
the
truly
health
a club.
is the health club. And so
we went in with I call them pluggers, but a little flyers, and we started passing out saying, "Hey, we're writing a book," and we had
we'll
said
have our
it before.
lunch, right.
We said we were writing a book, and people was like, "Oh, okay, yeah, wonderful." And then we started passing out, and they was like, "Oh, okay." And then when they showed up, they were just really surprised. But a lot of them became VIPs too, just because of how we carried ourselves, just because of the conversation we had.
You think it's because of the way you carried yourself? How you know? You just said, how about they believed in us?
Well, they believed in us based on...
Just believed in us.
Okay. If you want to say that, I'm saying they believed in us based on how we carried ourselves.
Okay.
Because of our character.
Okay.
Because some people write a book, you go, I don't know what they got to say. But... they did.
How God shows up in us.
And this is interesting. So it was a gentleman we met at the gym, Lonnie. Thank you so much, Lonnie. Lonnie had given us some tickets.
How you gonna give names?
I had to give this name because this was interesting, and you'll see where I'm going with this. He ended up giving us some tickets for a concert, and the concert happened to be on our anniversary.
He had no idea.
He had no idea. And then
right.
And then he said, "Okay, here." You said, "Do you want to go out?" I'm like, "Yeah." And he gave us the tickets. I was like, "Oh man, June 1st." I was like, "Man, that is my anniversary." He said, "You know what? Give me those tickets back." He came back. He said, "Here, take these VIP tickets." And then when we got there, he set us on the front row. And then Angela Winbush came down and she sung with Tina. Things like that you can't take away, right? You just those moments, memories like that was just special. So when the book came out, we gifted him a copy, right? We gave him a copy. Said, "Hey man, thank you very much.
We really appreciate it."
Right? Yes. We really appreciate it, right?
Right.
Since then, he's purchased 5 or 6 books,
or more
for people. He said, "Man, this book is good," and so. I said, well, great. I mean,
he's purchased quite a few books. He's purchased quite a few
people,
books. Yeah.
Ministers and neighbors and whoever he thinks that could use this to make their life better, he's giving them a copy.
So again, shout out to our health club family who has definitely showed up in numbers and supported us. We thank you. We thank you so much. We thank you. So it has just, like I said, the book has just been
He's not the only one that's
done
done that either. So I don't say that because Emmanuel's about, I don't know, so many.
Several books. So there's new. So, shout out to Sandra who's bought.
Sandra. Yeah, Sandra. Yeah. Yeah, she's bought quite a few.
What is Sandra's last name?
Cook.
Sandra Cook.
Yep.
Who sent me a text one morning and said, "I'm buying 5 or 6 books." And it just, thank you. And so, to Reverend Fanny, who's purchased several books, just anybody and everybody who has, like I said, the book has been so welcomed.
Yes.
And I know that as the word gets out, that it will continue to grow because I said this wasn't the book that we thought we were going to write.
No.
This was the book that God wanted us to write, and we said yes, and we allowed it to flow through us. So I just, I continue to pray and just say yes to whatever God has for us, whatever that direction is that He's putting us into because, I don't know. I don't think relationships would have been my first choice of business.
Probably not mine either.
So we're just going to, and so many people have said that this ministry is needed, right? Because we're trying to get back the importance of self-love, relationship love, family love, the dynamics. We have been conditioned.
Just love.
Yeah, we have been conditioned that relationships start off good, but after a couple of years, everything goes wrong and you're no longer happy and you can't find happiness. Well, we have to understand, as we've said before, everything takes maintenance.
Yep.
Nothing lasts forever, especially if you don't take care of it, right? The better you take care of it, the better it lasts. None of us, as Jason says, none of us leaves here alive, but while we're here, let us tune our relationships up. Let's tune ourselves up. Self-elevation, relationship elevation, just continual growth. When you stop learning and you stop growing, that's when things fall apart. So that's what this whole book is about. Understanding that everything in the world, including your relationship, begins and ends with you.
That's it in a nutshell.
Anything else?
From universal oneness all the way to the law of gender. Oh, it is wonderful. It's a good read.
If you don't say so yourself, huh?
If I don't say so, you know what? And I'm not saying it because I read it 1,000 times. I'm not saying it because I've had people come up to me and say, "Hey, man, this is a good read. You did a really good job. You guys did a really, really good job." And I said, "Thank you."
He doesn't mean to sound a little arrogant.
I don't. I said thank you because this is something that we weren't going to write. This wasn't us writing this book. These are just the words that was, put in us. It came through us, but this isn't our book. So we're just the vessels.
Well, I would say this wasn't the book that we thought we were supposed to write first.
Exactly.
So, because you've spent so many years, we're 33 years in marriage, 36 years, 37 years as friends.
We ain't talking about that. No, just go. Just count the years we said.
More than that as friends, 37, 38 years as friends.
That's a long time.
And so, you know some things.
Right.
You have some knowledge. You have some skills. And so we were trying to put a book together with all of the information that we know, all of the information that we've gained. And the thing was that there wasn't going to be tools and techniques in it. There wasn't going to be real life stories in it. There wasn't going to be certain things that we put in it. And so when we say that we didn't write it, we didn't think this was the book we were supposed to write first.
Right.
We thought that we were supposed, when we said we were going to write a book, we were going to pretty much tell you about, this is marriage, this is what it needs to be, this is how it has to, blah, 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 blah. And so the whole thing changed when, we realized that this is not the book that God wanted us to write first. So that other book is still going to be written.
Oh, it'll be out soon. Well, when I say so, in a couple of years.
First.
Right.
So, and whatever the reason was, it was.
It was.
So now, when we went back and we started looking at, well, what did we do and how did we get through this, and how can we package this up where people can understand some of the things that we do, right? So we meditate together all the time, and I know when I started meditating, it was just a phenomenal experience. And then when Jason and I started doing together, it was even more powerful because when you're going in the same direction, I don't want to say you can't help but succeed, but you can't help but succeed.
Right.
So it just makes things a little bit more unified.
Mm-hmm.
And so there were things that we practiced that we thought were like, everybody does this, right? It's like what's the importance of this?
Right.
And
It's not that important. I mean, like everybody's doing it. So.
And as you start to talk to people and you realize that everyone's not doing it, or it's not, as they say, common knowledge or common nature or common sense, then we were like, wow, we need to put this in and we need to put that in and we need to let people know that these are the signs for this. And how do you get rid of, things from your past, the way you've been conditioned by your family, the way you've really taken on mentally things of the world in your own life, right? How do we get rid of past hurt? How do we let go of the baggage and keep moving forward? How do we free ourselves from the past and realize that everything that we want is really in front of us? There's really no need to look back, no matter how we've been hurt or how bad it hurts, that just, we can start the process of healing and just move forward.
Yeah, just being able to see what's in front of us, right? Just moving everything out and get laser focused on what's in front of us.
Laser what?
Focused on what's in front of us, right? Before we couldn't see it because we were covered up with all this other stuff, all these different things coming at us left and right. My mate's the problem, this is it, my job's the problem, all these different things. But when you clear all that junk out and you can actually see what's in front of you, it's amazing. So that's what we were able to uncover.
Or keep the goal. Keep the goal in mind for your relationship that you had initially, right? Keep the love, keep the spark, keep the feeling, and realize that it's going to take some work. But that's with anything.
Yeah.
That's with everything.
That's with everything.
Okay.
And now here's the thing, right? We probably don't do it in our relationship. Well, I know we don't. Because we coach quite a few and they don't put a lot of things first. So you have to work on your relationship, right? You have to do that self-work and that relationship work where we'll go out and get a job promotion and we'll get some more education, we'll get some training, we'll get some training to try to make some more money. But do we get training to have a loving, more caring relationship? No, not all the time. But we're here to change all of that.
And those who do, it
shows.
It shows.
Right.
And those who don't, who think they know it all and they have all the answers, it shows. Right? And so the thing is that if you know something that you can share with someone else, why not share it? Why not share it? And that's our theory. And it was, since we've gotten married, even before we've gotten married, people have always asked us for just, I don't know if I want to say advice or what we thought, or, people would always confide in us. And so going through trials and tribulations ourselves and looking at them as opportunities for growth, and it did grow. Things that's a true statement, things that you go through make you stronger.
Sure does.
Right? And so
you may not see it at that time, but it does.
Yeah. And so we thank each other for being able to say, we put this relationship first, we put this marriage first, and regardless of the stupid things that we've done in our relationship, regardless of the issues that we've had, regardless of no matter how small they were and we blew them out of proportion, we still made it through. That we loved each other enough to say, you know what, this isn't working. How do we change it? How do we make it better? And now that we've learned from it, let's share it. Let's share the information. Let's share the wealth of happy, joyous relationships.
And we have a lot to share. So this is just a start of it. We're over 100 episodes and stuff in, so you already know we've been sharing. But we're going to get even more into it, right? We're really going to share. We're really going to peel back the onion and let you see not just our relationship, but other clients' relationships, and we'll bring different scenarios up so you can kind of learn from it. That's how we're going to learn. We're going to learn from other people's mistakes. We're going to learn from our mistakes. We're just going to learn from reading and studies and things of that nature. So we're going to learn. This is a learning type of podcast. This is a practical podcast. We want you to walk away with some things so that you can use to make your relationship better, right? We're not just going to let it happen. We're going to make sure it happens.
All right. So, like I said, we just wanted to get you
caught up
with all the stuff that was going on.
We still have more.
It's not like we were just
doing nothing.
We were
MIA. Working.
We were working. And if we had the time, we would have been here. But even now, we miss our podcast. We miss talking to our fans and interacting with you guys. So there's still a lot of work to be done. And so we don't know if we're going to have a weekly podcast, a monthly podcast, a bi-weekly podcast, but we're still going to have our podcast because we get to talk to and meet so many different people all over the world. And we get to share all over the world.
We sure do.
So we are global. And we, again, appreciate everyone who listens. Even if we don't know you, thank you. Thank you for listening. Thank you for supporting us. And thank you for wanting better relationships. We also, for the month of October, you can share if you want to.
What's that about the...
Everything we do for October. So October is...
breast cancer awareness and domestic violence awareness. So we are uplifting that, and we're talking about that. We'll probably talk about it in the next podcast or something. But also, we don't forget, guys, we have a live show on Friday at 6 p.m. Fridays at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time.
So that's when we do our live podcast.
And that's on Facebook and YouTube. You can find us at Legendary Relationship on both platforms.
So, like we said, we are talking about Domestic Violence Awareness Month. That's October. And we are also talking about breast cancer awareness. So here are some places that I looked up around the Chicagoland area that may be going on. It says complimentary wine sampling at Joliet for breast cancer, the wine cellar outlet in Joliet. Then there is Her Fight is Our Fight, and it says LTN in Austin. I guess it's the third one is ... That will be Sunday, October 27th at 1:00. Let me go back up to
That's
the
in
first
the Austin
one.
area.
So the complimentary wine sampling in Joliet is Thursday at 5 p.m. and it says free. The other one is Sunday, October 27th at 1 o'clock p.m. at 1841 North Laramie.
Yep.
And it says from $25. So almost full. This is a breast cancer awareness brunch, which will be Sunday at 1 p.m. at 7516 Madison Street. Let's see if I can see the name of this. Light Bites and Bellins will be, okay, October 13th. Is it past? No, what is today?
Today,
The 8th, okay. So October 13th, which is Sunday from 1 to 3 p.m. And is that her name on there? Oh, Breast Cancer Awareness Brunch. That's what it is. It says free. So 1 to 3, Sunday, 7516 Madison Street. There's another one, Breast Cancer Awareness Event, Thursday, October 24th at 6 o'clock p.m. Support breast cancer with chapter. Join us for our event. So that will, I can't see it because it wants you to reserve your spot. Again, that's October 24th.
So I know here in the U.S. it's Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So if you're in the U.S., we just know that we're uplifting everyone that may be going through a health challenge as far as breast cancer or going through a challenge with domestic violence. So
the other one is, is Breast in Show 666, The Mark of the Breast, October 14th, 2024 at 7 p.m., the Newport Theater. And so going fast, that's Monday at 7 p.m. So Monday, October 14th, and it says $20 from $20. Another one is the 4th Annual Breast Cancer Awareness. That's Saturday, October the 19th. That's 10 o'clock a.m. Let's see if I can get this one. This is going to be Empowering Women to Thrive 365 Days. Together We Fight. And that is Saturday, October 19th, 10 o'clock a.m. to 1 o'clock p.m., the Breast Cancer Walk. Is there any Breast Cancer Awareness Virtual? This says Thursday, November 21st. So, not sure about that. All right. The Pink Party says it is the Pink Party, October 17th at 5 o'clock p.m. Shot Bar Med Spa. Making Strides Against Breast Cancer, the Pink Party. Thursday, October 17th, 5 to 9 p.m. Let's see. Just Edit. Think Pink Honoring Breast Cancer, Tuesday, October 15th at 6 o'clock p.m. at the Bright Star Church. It says it's free. I don't see an address. I might have to click on it, but I have not. No Apologies Needed Foundation Cancer, Saturday, October 26th at 10:30 a.m., Sherman Park Lagoon. It says cost $25. Be Aware Breast Cancer Awareness 5K, Saturday at 7 o'clock a.m., New Memorial Missionary, I believe, Baptist Church. So the only thing I can see is New Memorial Missionary. Says it's free. Save the Girls Day. They call them the girls. Save the Girls Day, Saturday, October 26th at 12 o'clock p.m., 410 West Oak Street. They says it's free. Let's see. It's all about you. Complimentary services, hairstyles, massage, makeup application, professional headshots.
Wow.
The guest speaker is Sherry Y. Prentice, MD. All right. Pink Table Talk and Empowerment Chat, Saturday, October 26th at 11 a.m. Pink Table Talk and Empowerment Chat for the Journey is going to be at Sip and Savor, 78 East 47th Street in Chicago.
Oh, wonderful.
All right. Sales and soon. Girls Only Bar Crawl. All right. Benefiting breast cancer. Moe's Katina Bamboo Club. All right, Saturday at 12 o'clock p.m. So a lot of these
There's
things.
a lot, and I know it's a lot in the cities that you're in. So look them up, support them.
This is a lot.
Yeah.
I'm not even.
Yeah, and that's just in the Chicagoland
Yeah.
area. So go through your look in your town, support. If you know someone that's going through the challenge or going through the challenge, call them up, support them, see how you can be an encouragement to them, uplift them.
And so if you were a part of any breast cancer awareness events or activities, you can always drop us a comment. Let us know your name, what you did, what's the organization, and who you were walking for, okay? Or what you were doing, whatever the event for, who you were showing up for, who you were holding the space for, holding the gap for.
Yeah.
All right?
All right. So, hey, don't forget to connect with us online on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, you name it. LinkedIn. We're at Legendary Relationship.
That's us, at Legendary Relationship. No S, because you're only supposed to be in one relationship at a time, according to Tina.
Also, don't forget to pick up your book at manifestajoyfilledrelationship.com, manifestajoyfilledrelationship.com, or you can go over to legendaryrelationship.com/manifest and also pick up your book.
So Manifest a Joy-Filled Relationship with Jason and Tina Marie. That's us at www.legendaryrelationship.com.
Yep.
All right. So I think that ends it for us. So we appreciate you. We love you. We thank you.
We thank you.
And let's continue to change the face of relationships. Let's change the world.
Let's make them happy and
all
joyous.
Relationships. The relationships at work, at home, at play, at church, at the grocery store, all of them. Because once you get yourself together, everything else falls into place. So we just thank you, God, that you're able to guide us in ways that we don't even understand sometimes, but we know it's all good and very good.
All the time.
All the time.
All right. All right, baby. I think that's it.
All right. So let's get on out of here.
Yes.
And as always,
we're in it to win it. Till next week, guys. All right. We'll talk to you soon. Love you. Bye.
Thanks for listening to this week's episode of Lovin' Beyond the I Do podcast. Head over to iTunes to subscribe and leave a review. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook at Legendary Relationship, or visit our website at legendaryrelationship.com. Till next time, remember to make every day count.